as the government plans to move the UK illegal migrants from hotels into army barracks. Is this a case of deja vu? Hi there, and thank you to everybody for joining me in yet another video back at the channel that just gone viral. If you're new here, we'd like to cover crime and news, give analysis, and also bring you information that sometimes the mainstream media won't always tell you. So please like, share, comment and subscribe, and let's get straight into the video.
It is these barracks here in Crowborough in Sussex that are set for a very different kind of deployment, soon to be home to hundreds of asylum seekers. The government has earmarked 2 military sites, the other in Inverness, in the latest move in a long campaign to cut the use of asylum hotels.
I'm hoping we can get some of the military bases in use by the end of this year. So there's several hundred places there. I want to see the asylum hotels closed down as quickly as possible, but obviously you'll appreciate that we've got to process the claims and or find other accommodation. But I'm bearing down on this every day of the week.
Right now, around 32,000 asylum seekers are in hotels around the country, leading to rising costs and rising anger. The government's target is to end hotel use by the end of this parliament, but not everyone in the local communities near the military sites are happy.
It's a lovely little town, and obviously we don't want all the crime to go up and everything.
We don't have the infrastructure here. All of our doctor's appointments are full to capacity, and so are our hospitals.
You have to ask yourself, what would you do in these circumstances? Wouldn't you try and come to somewhere where you might get a half-decent life?
600 will be housed in Crowborough, and the local Tory MP isn't pleased.
I am furious. It is a small site. There aren't any economies of scale in investment that's needed to create the accommodation that will be required. How will the accommodation be any cheaper than putting them in private hotels? How will they access public services? How will they transport themselves in and out of the site?
And it's not a new idea. Military sites in Essex and Kent are currently being used to house asylum seekers, but there are questions over living conditions and whether it will actually save the government money. But for now, it is the latest attempt to tackle one of the biggest issues facing the country.
The government is reportedly considering plans to move asylum seekers and illegal migrants out of hotels and into former military sites, including Napier Barracks in Kent. The move comes amid growing concerns over the cost of hotel accommodation and the strain on local communities. The Napier Barracks has been used before, way back in 2020. This was during the height of COVID-19 and the pandemic. It housed hundreds of asylum seekers, and the facility later became the centre of controversy after a fire broke out, and it was started deliberately over the fact they were not given a 50-inch flat-screen TV. At the time, officials described the site as basic but safe, while migrants and campaigners called for conditions as they were cramped and unsuitable. The incident sparked a major debate over the government's approach to housing asylum seekers in army barracks. But with thousands still arriving across the channel each day, ministers are once again turning to disused military sites as a solution. Critics say that this is a repeat of past mistakes, calling it Groundhog Day for both the government and local residents. One resident has said, "It feels like we've been here before. They say it's temporary, but we all remember what happened last time." The government is under pressure and hotels are costing millions per day. Moving migrants to army sites may look tough, but it is unlikely to solve the long-term issue. Here is just a stark reminder of what happened last time at the Napier Barracks. Downing Street and Keir Starmer have said that the new plan is about fairness and reducing pressure on taxpayers, but human rights groups warn that the repeating of a policy that previously failed could lead to renewed tensions and safety concerns. Whether this will reassure the public or reignite old controversies remains to be seen, and only time will tell. But for many it feels like a familiar story of a government under pressure, divided public, and an issue that shows no signs of going away. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you think that this is just going to end in chaos again by putting them in the barracks, or do you think maybe it will solve the problem this time? Don't forget to smash the like button, smash the subscribe button too. Take care of yourselves and each other, and I'll see you in the next video.